good morning, and glad you could find time to join us on this special interview on Business Morning. Like a Wednesday, we usually talk to the business entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and author, Mr. Lewis Simpungwe Chizu. Sir, welcome back.
It's great to be here, Mr. Steve.
Indeed, missed you.
Thank you, Sam.
Alright, today we are going to look at the importance of research before you start or you venture into a business. And first things first, sir, when you are venturing into business, it is regarded as the most important thing to do research. How would you describe research in business terms?
Mr. Steve, like you have pointed out, research, when you are applying it from a business point of view, is simply gathering or rather collecting enough data which is accurate and adequate on the target market and the type of business that you would want to do, so as to help you in as far as decision making is concerned. So basically that is the importance of research, undertaking research before getting into the type of business and the type of market where you would want to venture your business.
How important can an SME take this particular research when they're venturing into this business?
Yeah, it is very important, Steve, in the sense that in the first place, you learn that when you have got enough information, it is going to help you to define the business domain in which you are going to operate as a business person and as a type of a business. And then having helped you in that aspect or in that regard, it also helps you in order to know the type of a target group in which you are going, in which your business is going to serve, or the type of the target group which your business is going to serve. That is one. The second one is the fact that it will let you know the customer needs that are basically on the target market that you are targeting. And the third one is that it will also let you know or position you to know the type of technology that is going to meet such a need. And that is at the level, or rather at the dimension of decision making, in terms of aiding your decision making. But I think it has got a further business implication for an entrepreneur business person, because it will also help you. Research is going to help you to aid you in terms of implementation. And when I'm talking about implementation, is the fact that one, it is going to help you in as far as determining in an objective sense, in terms of getting to know the minimum required competences and resources that are required for you to operate effectively in the market in which you are getting into. The second point is that it is also going to help you develop a program for implementation, so that you'll have an objectivity in as far as the things that you'll be doing are concerned. And the third point is the fact that it will position you to be able to evaluate the programs that you are implementing as a prelude to making any modifications, so as to fit the initial objective of the program that you wanted to implement. I think that is very decisive in as far as the implementation of the business is concerned.
Having articulated that, you would find that some people don't value the aspect of research when they are venturing into a business. Why do they do so?
Yeah, I think one thing that might come to my mind, Steve, is the fact that the reason why people don't value researching into getting into the type of business they want to get into is the fact that probably research itself is an expensive undertaking. It requires more resources. At the same time, it's difficult to undertake research, and it is time consuming. So some, because of some technicalities or technical implications that goes with research, you need to prepare research instruments, you need to prepare questionnaires, you need to research questions, etc., etc. So there are a lot of technicalities involved, so much that most people do not know. So it takes a technocrat, and this is why I would want to take this opportunity to say that it's important to engage technocrats when you're about to go into any type of business and any type of a market, so that they're able to help you to come up with a proper documentation of a dossier that will be able to work to the advantage of your business, probably by giving them a small token of money, so that they help you undertake such kind of a compilation. Because I would want to think that the benefits of adequate researching on the market and having accurate and adequate data pertaining to the market that you want to operate and the type of business that you are going to do, I think the benefits are going to outweigh the token of whatever that you're able to give to a technocrat to come up with this type of a research, which will be able to help the direction of your business, as it were.
Okay, is there a recommended time space for research before you venture into that particular business?
Well, recommended, in terms of recommended time frame, there are factors that you need to look at. For instance, the size of the business matters. The size of the market also matters, which you are targeting. The type of the target group which your business will be serving also matters. All these are going to define how long the time frame might take, because if you are targeting a market that is homogeneous, so per se that is a mass market, let me not use technical terms. If you are targeting a market that is a mass market, it might be different from a researcher who's targeting a fragmented market where he needs to segment the market. You see what I mean? So those technical implications also will determine the pace at which the researcher is likely to gather data, so that it delivers it to you and make use of it.
You have made mention of implications. Okay, so as we're looking at research and somebody has ventured into a business without taking note of that, or using research at that appropriate time, or completely neglecting it, what are the implications that may follow into that particular business?
Implications are many, Steve. First and foremost, you learn that ignoring research is the fact that you are trying to ignore the environmental pressures that are going to work against the type of business that you are likely to implement. I think we must appreciate the fact that you are undertaking research so that you understand the environment in which your business is going to operate, so that you get to know what are the opportunities and the threats that exist in such particular market, as well as the entry barriers. And I'll tell you, a failure to investigate such things, to get to know the opportunity that exists, will mean missing out on quite a number of things that might benefit the business, and also ignoring the threats that exist in the environment in which you are going to operate. Simply entails that you might incur loss of revenue in your operations, and besides incurring loss of revenue, it will have a serious implication to your business in terms of having a serious loss of competitive advantage which you would have had if you had researched on the market in your business. And also, having said that, Steve, I must tell you that it will further provide information to your business in terms of understanding the market structures which exist in the type of the market or the environment in which you are going to operate, so that will be able to position your business and your company against which competitive or competitors it is up against. And when you understand the competition and the competitors that you are up against, it will position your company in order to make the strategy that is going to respond favorably to the environment, so as to compete favorably in the market. And having said that, Steve, an additional point that we can also identify in the importance of undertaking research is the fact that research is going to provide information for your business to get to know the changing needs of customers on the market, changing tastes, preferences, changing attitudes and cultures. So much that if you have this information about your business, then it is able to tell you how these demographic trends have been changing on the market over years. And once you get to understand how these demographic factors have been changing on the market or the environment in which you are going to operate, it is going to give you a position where you can now plan your business strategically, because you'll be able to envisage the likely changes, the broader changes that are likely to take place in the environment in which you are going to be operating. And also it will provide you with the information in terms of knowing the pressure groups as well as consumer groups that are likely to exert on your business. And when you have that holistic, information at your fingertips within your business, it will put you in a proper position to operate very effectively.
You'd find that there are individuals who wouldn't want to go into researching before they venture into that particular business. They would rather, maybe if they have a capital, maybe they get a 20% or 30% of that capital and say, all right, since I planned that I'm going to venture into poultry, let me try and invest this 30%. Then they invest to just check and see how the business environment is. And when they see it's working out best for them, then they now put in the remaining capital. Is that really good for an SME to do?
Yes, Steve. In a way, it makes some business sense. It also makes some economic sense, because in business there's what we call pre-testing. Pre-testing of marketing. You want to test the target market and the type of a product that you are offering to the market to see the response of the customer. But I would want to tell you that requires a business entrepreneur who has more money in terms of capital investment. But I think the best way to go is, first of all, probably because it will be much more costly if you were to incur, the downfall of the test of your business. And to me, I would think that it would be less costly if you are able to start with the research, because research will give you a much more information that you can easily manipulate to yourself as an organization and get to know how that can work to your advantage in terms of the elements of business. And other factors that you would want to favor your business, as it were. I think I would want to look at it from that point of view.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Your concluding remark as we're coming to the very end of the interview.
Well, my concluding remarks are that it's important when you're in business to undertake research, because that will provide information in terms of the micro factors that you're up against in the business environment in which you're operating. It also provides information in terms of macro. But what I mean by macro is that these are broader elements of the business market in which you operate, in terms of the government policy that the government does implement, which affects the market. It also affects the consumers. It also affects the business itself and the market. And I'm talking about things like, probably you have seen the fluctuation of the currencies. When you have fluctuation of the currencies within the country, it entails that it stifles the progress of the business. Also, for the businesses that are involved in import and export business, the duty and the tariff and the taxes in terms of VAT, all these have got a far-reaching consequences in terms of the ultimate price, as well as just the economic prosperity itself is concerned. I think it's very important that these factors are taken into account for us to prosper in business.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks very much.
Today we were looking at the importance of research before you venture into a business. I managed to host the business entrepreneur, motivational speaker and author, Mr. Lewis Simpungwe Chizu. Till next time, I'm Stephen Koma. It's good morning.
Okay, Steve.